Many motivational theories acknowledge that motivation can be extrinsic or intrinsic. Extrinsic motivation encourages behavior to earn rewards or avoid punishment. Intrinsic motivation is behavior which is personally rewarding, which comes from within, making it more valuable. Self-determination theory is a macro theory of human motivation created by Deci and Ryan in 1985, aimed at defining intrinsic and various extrinsic types of motivation. In outlining this theory, they note autonomy as a human desire, and in the right environment, people will be intrinsically motivated. The self-determination continuum shows how motivation starts from amotivation to extrinsic motivation and then to intrinsic motivation. Deci and Ryan are of the belief that extrinsic rewards impede intrinsic motivation, and that extrinsic motivation is antagonistic to well-being. In 1971, Deci hypothesized that offering extrinsic incentives will reduce intrinsic motivation. Lepper also noted this through his study and named it the overjustification effect. Self-determination theory is made up of 6 mini-theories, each explaining motivational phenomena, like the overjustification effect. The basic needs theory states 3 needs for intrinsic motivation: competence, autonomy, and relatedness. Cognitive evaluation theory describes the value of intrinsic motivation. Organismic integration details how extrinsic behavior can become intrinsic through stages of introjection, identification, and finally integration. The goal contents theory states how motivation is categorized as either extrinsic or intrinsic. Literature is divided as to whether extrinsic rewards undermine intrinsic motivation. Stephen Rice calls this the undermining theory. Proponents of this theory are Deci and Ryan, Lepper, and more recently Dan Pink. In opposition are Eisenberger and Cameron, Rice and Fang, Gerhardt and Ledford. Eisenberger and Cameron's general interest theory claims that under similar lab research, they discovered extrinsic motivation to actually enhance intrinsic motivation. Rice's criticism is based around the belief that goal contents theory is incorrect. Rice breaks down the 6 differing terms of motivation and claims they're wrong, primarily due to a lack of empirical evidence. In 2013, Fang, Ledford, and Gerhardt analyzed the literature of both sides and came to the belief that extrinsic motivation cannot be separated from internal motivation and is best explained through total motivation, which is the sum of internal and external motivation. To conclude, the experiments which arrived at the undermining theory can be considered correct only within the situational context. In a real-world application, there are too many uncontrolled variables. However, the self-determination theory is widely used in fields like sport, education, and healthcare. This is because it acts as a framework for personal development, autonomy, and psychological needs, so the theory is not without purpose.